Hello everyone, welcome you all to the series of MATLAB tutorial. In the last session, we have learned about the MATLAB random numbers. Now time to shift for the next level MATLAB learnings about MATLAB text formatting. We will begin by talking about the basic information of what is and also need of MATLAB text formatting. Then we will go a bit deeper in learning about different fields in formatting operator, formatting methods in MATLAB, and as usual for your better understanding, I'm gonna keep this session mixed with theory part along with a live demonstration of a MATLAB scripting examples. So let's start with what is MATLAB text formatting. Convert the data to text and control its format. MATLAB text formatting is very useful. MATLAB offers several ways to format the text. It allowing you to control how data is converted to the text and how it is displayed. You can use formatting operators with common conversion functions such as num to str and sprintf. These operators control notation, alignment, significant digits, and so on. In MATLAB, text formatting refers to the process of customizing the appearance of the text in plots, labels, titles, and other graphical elements. This can include modifying font size, font styles, colors, and alignment to enhance the readability and visual appeals of your visualizations. Types of text formatting in MATLAB, and there are different types like font styles, then font colors, font sizes, text alignment, and special character. When it comes to the font styles, MATLAB supports various font styles including plain, bold, italic, and bold italic. Font sizes, you can adjust the font size to suit your visualization need. Font colors, MATLAB allows you to specify font colors using RGB values, color names, or hexadecimal codes. Text alignment, you can align text horizontally, left, center, right, and vertically top, middle, bottom. Special characters, MATLAB support the use of special characters such as Greek letters, superscript, and subscript as well. But the still question is why MATLAB need a text formatting? There are multiple reasons. When it comes to the MATLAB text formatting is essential for several reasons. First is a clarity and readability. Proper formatting ensures that the output is clear and easy to read. This is particularly important when displaying numerical results as it helps in quickly understanding the data without confusion. Precision control. Formatting allows you to control the number of significant digits, which is crucial for scientific as well as engineering calculations where precision matters. For example, you can specify the number of decimal places to display, ensuring that the output meets the required accuracy. Alignment and presentation. When presenting data in tables or reports, alignment is a key. Formatting operator help align numbers and text in a structured manner, making the data look professional and organized. Customization. You can customize the appearance of your plots and figures by adding text annotations with specific formatting. This enhances the visual appeal and informational value of your graphs. Automation and efficiency. Using functions like sprintf and fprintf with formatting operator automates the process of converting data to text, saving time and reducing likelihood of manual efforts. These are the all points which clearly defines why there is a need of MATLAB text formatting. Clarity, readability, precision control, alignment, customization, the way you present, the way you expect the automation and the efficiency. For this reason, this MATLAB text formatting is essentially needed. Now the next point is a formatting operator fields. There are in total 6 fields for formatting operator. Let's see the details about it. The formatting operator 6 field consists of identifier, flags, field width, precision, subtype, and conversion character. From the 6 fields, conversion character is the only mandatory param that goes along with the leading percentage character. In MATLAB, formatting operator field involved customizing the appearance of operator symbols such as plus, minus, multiplication, division, and others in your plots and equations. Now let's see. The first is identifier. An identifier refers to the name given to variable, function, or other element in the code. When it comes to the text formatting, an identifier can be used to specify the location where a value should be inserted within a formatted string. To include an identifier in the text formatting in MATLAB, you can use the percentiles, character followed by a number, and that is optional name, that specifies the position of the corresponding argument in the input argument list. In MATLAB, text formatting field identifiers are special character or keyword that help you customize the appearance of text in plots, labels, and titles. Here are some common field identifiers. Font-related identifier, color-related identifier, symbol-related identifiers, subscript and superscript identifier, and other identifiers as well. Let's see one by one. The font-related identifier. When we use the backslash and BF, that means the bold font is expected. When you use the backslash and IT, then it means italic font. When backslash and RM, that is a Roman, that is a normal font. And when you use a backslash font name, you can specify the name of the font and specifies a custom font name. Then the backslash font size specifies a custom font size. Now color related identifier. Use a backslash, color, specify the color name, which could help you to specify the custom colors by name, example red, blue, etc. You can specify. With the help of the RGB, that is color, and in square bracket you can mention the RGB, which specifies the custom color using RGB values. Next is a symbol related identifier. You can use different letters like Greek, mathematical symbols, or the operators. With the help of backslash, if you use a backslash alpha, backslash beta, backslash gamma, these are the Greek letters you can use. Backslash, LAG, GEG, negative, that means mathematical symbols you can use. Then the sum, integer, production, these are the mathematical operators you can use. Then and superscript. Again, we need to use a backslash, and for the subscript, you just have to use the underscore. And for the superscript, we have to use circumflex symbol, that is inverted arrow, that is called a superscript, and the symbol is called circumflex symbol. Then the other identifiers is a single backslash, which are used to escape character, used to insert special characters. When you use the two backslashes, that means the new line. And when using these field identifier, make sure that you enclose them within the text string. And here's the example how you can enclose them in the text string if you are using the X label, or let's say backslash and BF bold font you are using. We have to make sure that we are closing them, or we are closing them within the text string. That's very important. Now time to switch to the MATLAB and have some hands-on experience on this identifier field. We have seen the different identifiers which are common field identifiers like font related identifier, color related identifier, symbol related identifiers, subscript, superscript identifier. So let's go through the examples, very simple examples I'm going to present here. And as I always follow the practice to save your time, I already have created the examples, a script here, and I'm just gonna explain that script and run that program and show you how you can use the identifier field for the MATLAB text formatting. First, we are starting with the identifier field, and The example I'm gonna give you here is the font style example. And this is, we have seen that \bf, when we write here, then it goes for the bold text actually. X label is the x-axis label I'm using here. So I gonna use the blank plot actually, and gonna use the X label, and there I gonna use the italic as well as the bold and italic. That way I gonna use the text to display you. So very simple, X label and then \bf, and I'm gonna write the bold text. The \it, that is for the italic text, and for the both \bf, and that is bold as well as for the italic, you can use this way. So here you can get the bold text. Here you can get, when I run this text, you will get, run this line, you will get the bold here for the italic, and here for you will get the both. So let's see, I gonna run this section. I have selected this section, that's the reason it is showing blue here, and I gonna use Control Enter. So you see it's bold and italic. Why it is both? It is showed because it executed the last. So if I go here, select this line and right click and evaluate this section, then what will happen? I will get the bold text, right? And this is what I'm expecting here, bold text. And this is bold. This is not normal, it is bold. If I go and run this section, select this section and F9, then you can get the italic text, okay? And if I run this, okay, then I will get both, right? So here I will get bold and italic. Very simple way, and that is called a font style. How you can font related identifiers can be used. And I have explained in theory how \bf, \it, now on other font identifiers works. The next and simple example under the identifier field is a font size. I'm gonna change the font size, and I'm gonna use this command with the help of \, just font size, and in the parentheses, curly braces, I'm using the font size. Here I'm using 14 and here I'm using 8. Let me run this section, then select and then run. So this is large font size, that is a 14. Okay, and here small font size, that is I'm gonna, if I gonna run this, you will get small font size. Even I can do one thing, instead of X label I can do this Y label, and I run this section. And here you can see on the Y label, if you see the program, on the Y label I have small font size, and here is the large font size. This is how it works actually. It's a very simple example I'm going to present you. I'm going to close this. Now look for the next is a color. As I explained earlier in the theory part, you can use the \, and the color, as well as you can use the RGB. So both way it is written here and presented here. Very simple example you can try. And here you can see the red text. That's the reason red color is used. So here is the command color, and under the curly braces I have written down the red. Whatever color you can put to green, blue, that will work. If I give the RGB, I need to provide the values, like what level I want the green color, what level I need a blue color, what level I need a red color, and that is what the custom color. And if I run this section, I will get, you see here, this is how I'm getting the color. Very simple. The next is a simple example about the use of this alpha and beta and the symbols, actually Greek letters and the symbols. So if I run this X label, and here is the command, that \, and the alpha is a command, and here is my text which I want to text on the X label on the X axis. So alpha, you see a symbol, I'm getting alpha, and alpha symbol is the text, right? So if I write beta, I will get the beta symbol there. And here is the pi. So if I run this again, I will get, see here, pi is there. Very simple way you can present your formatting, and this is how this MATLAB text formatting is useful. Then we will see the subscript and superscript. As I explained earlier, this is how underscore you can use, and then this is the symbol you can use for the superscript. And okay, so let's run this symbol, let's run this example and see how it works. So for this, here is subscript. Okay, and for the superscript I use the symbol, and let's run this section. Okay, now you are getting this subscript or superscript here. This is how it works. And the last is on the special character, that is escape character, and that is double backslash, using the escape character to insert the a backslash. So let's run this. If I hit F9 or right click on here, so you can get, this is how it works actually. And the last is a new line, so I will get, this is printed on the new line. So function the F9, and this is printed on the new line, and this is printed on the previous is inserted on the backslash, that is function F9. Okay, if you forget to close, then you need to open the figure window. So this is how it works. Very simple. Now you can start doing your exercise using this identifier field the way it is required in a programming session. Next is the flags. This field is optional, but using it can give you additional formatting to your output. These modify the behavior of formatting. The first is a minus, which left justify the output within the specified field width. By default, the output is right justified. When you use the plus, always print a sign plus or minus for numeric value. By default, only negative numbers are prefixed with a negative symbol. 0. Pad numeric values with a leading 0 instead of spaces. This is useful for ensuring numbers have a consistent width. And hash, use an alternative form. When for the for small o, small x, or big X conversion, it prefixes 0, 0 small x, or 0 big X respectively. For small f, small e, or big E conversion, it forces the output to contain a decimal point even if no digit follows it. For small g or big G conversion, it prevents the removal of trailing zeros. Now we are looking for the example of flags field, and in the theory part we have seen this modify the behavior of the formatting, like with the help of this minus, plus, and 0 hashing. So let's see the examples, very simple examples, how this minus sign, plus sign, and the 0 padding works under this flags formatting. Very simple example I have created here. What I'm doing, I have created one variable. It is I'm storing the result over there. As printf is a function I used here, which I gonna print the statement which are written under here. So example of left justify. So here we're gonna see the left justify, and percentage is the one which we have to use, as this field is optional, but using this it can give you additional formatting of your output, and that's the reason we are looking for this flags example here. So when I write minus 12, what does it mean actually here? That means whatever the number I want to justify, and here minus means I want to left justify the number. Which number? This number actually, 11.3. I want to justify, left justify, because of this minus sign. That means I want to just left justify the number within how many character field, and that character field is defined under this. When I say 10, that means a 10 character field. When I say 5, that means a 5 character field. When I say 12, that means 12 character field. Okay, left justify number within a 12 character field this minus is left justify, okay, the number within the 12 character field with these two defines actually. When I say to F, that two defines with the two digits after the decimal number. Here, after decimal number, how many values you want, that is defined, or how many digits you want, that is defined by these two. Okay, if I run this section, you can easily understand. So that's the reason after 3 you get 30 actually. Here the number 11.3, but you get 11.30 because you write here. Let's write here 3 and run the program. Okay, you see here that after decimal you are getting 3 digits. Why? Because instead of this 2 I wrote here a 3, and this negative means always left justify, and the character, the total character, we are defining limiting that character, or instead of saying the limiting I would say the number within the total 12 character field actually. So this is how the result is presented here, and these are the result, that example of left justify. Now let's go for the next, that is using a plus sign. When I use plus sign, that means it always it right justify the number. And again when I say 5, that means the number is right justified within a 5 character field. Okay, and again point 2 means earlier I explained, the way I explained earlier, that is 2 digits after the decimal. And this plus is always showing the sign. So let's run this. So here you can see using the plus sign and you can get the answer here. Plus is always shown here. That's the reason when you use plus as a this flags to modify the behavior of the formatting, it always shows there. That is the reason in the answer you can see there. And for 0.2 means after 3 decimal after a decimal point I want 2 digits. This is how it works. The next is a zero padding. Okay, so for the zero padding, percentage and the zero is added there. Okay, and the 10. So again here also this justify the number with the 10 character field, but padding with the leading zeros. Okay, and if I run this section, you can easily see that how many zeros are padded here based on the length I'm defining here. If I count this including the decimal point, this would be 10. So let's count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right? So 10, which defines the character field, length of the character field. Point 2, after decimal point, how many digits I'm expecting, that is 2. And this is how it is written here. And this is what the 5.2 is represented here, padding with the zeros. Very simple way to use this flag field. It's it's a optional field, but it gives you an additional formatting to your output. Let's use everything together. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use the pi symbol, okay? But what I'm doing here, I'm using once is a command, and where what I'm doing, I'm writing one row and the 3 columns. Okay, so I'm here creating the vector with the values of 1. That is the reason it's once, and multiplying that with the pi. But here I'm presenting that with the uh, left justify, right justify, as well as the padding zeros. So if you see here, this is the variable which I created here, okay, in this line, and in the next line, for your simplicity I can do this way also. So here I formatted the text pi, and the vector is created 1/3 size, and there the text variable is used at the output. A printf command is used, and this left justify, right justify, and the padding is done in the single line. And let's run this section so you can get the results here. So first answer is left justify the number within 12 character. The second is always shows the sign, that is a plus sign, which is a right justify the number within 12 character. Again, no, it's a 5 character, and because 5 is here. And the last one is a justifies the number within 10 character, the padding with the leading zeros, and that the zeros which are padded here in the result. So this is the simple way to use this flags field. Very useful. These flags help you to control the appearance of your formatted text, making your output more reliable and aligned to your needs. So if you have any specific formatting requirement under these field flags, please feel free to reach me, ask me, or text me. I will reply you. The next is a field width. This specifies the minimum number of characters to be printed. It is the positive integer in the formatting operating field width that tells about the number of digits or characters in the output. In MATLAB, the text formatting field width field is used to specify the width of the text field. By default, you will space padded at the left side if the field width is greater than the number of characters to be displayed. Now time to jump in MATLAB and have some examples on the field width. Now time for the field width examples. Very simple, and the few examples we're gonna look under this field width. The first example where I want to print the value of pi with the field width of 10 character. Very simple. I created one variable a and storing uh, the pi into the a, and with the help of sprintf, I'm using the %10f, and here I am printing that value and displaying that. So let's run this section and see how it works. So if I run this, you will get the value here. But the question may be here, what does it mean by 10? 10, it's showing the length of this pi variable. Actually, if we count this, and if you count this, let's count this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there are two more scope, right? Because here 10 we have written down the 10f, so here two digits can be accommodated here. So this is how it is presented here and displayed here. The next example, on the single line, I'm gonna print this 33333, 45454, and 50.12123 number in this format respectively. Font 3e in the form of e raised to the power. I want to present this number. F is a floating point. I just want to display this number. And here again, I want to show how this number will get presented if I use percentage 5f and percentage f and percentage 3e. So that's what I wanted to show here. So if I run this section, I will get, this is how it get printed here. So this 3.3 e raised to 4, the 45454 in the floating, and again the rest values are 0. And for 50.121230, 0 is padded here as we are expecting the length 5. So that's the reason we can see this is how the value is presented here. Last example under this field width, because this field width actually specifies the minimum number of characters to be printed, and it is the positive integer in the formatting of printing field width that tells about the number of digits or characters in the output. Okay, very simple example. At the end we are looking that I want to display the string. That's what I used s here and %20. And if I run this, the length I'm defining here 20. If I run this, I'll get the hello world. And if I count this, all the space here and this all this later, this hello world and up to this space, it will be 20. And that is the reason it is matching with the length that 20 and printing this hello world string here. So that's the reason I use this %20s, and with the help of this s print, I'm printing here. Very simple example. If you have any questions, please feel free to text me, comment me, I'll get back to you. But this is very simple example which will help you to control the appearance of your formatted text with the help of this field width. It is a conversion character. The conversion character talks about the output notation. It takes a single character and is added the last in the format specifier. Here are some different specifier and corresponding descriptions. Now let's jump to the MATLAB and use the few of the specifier which are just described in this table and see how it works. Convergent character talks about the output notation, and that we have seen in the theoretical part, and we have seen the tables where it describes the different specifiers and the corresponding descriptions. Let's use few of them here and see the examples in the MATLAB scripting how it works. The first example, this is just taking the two examples here, very simple examples. Here I am creating the vector with the value of 30, 30, 30. When I write here once 1 comma 3, that means it is creating the vector of value 1 as a row vector actually. And if I multiply that 30, that means I'll get the values of 30, 30, 30. So if I run this section, just right click here and this portion instead of semicolon. Yeah, so I'll get this value. Okay, and here sprintf percentage x, this is what the formatting I'm using here, text formatting, and then I'm printing this a. So what will happen here? Here is an example using the conversion character wherein we'll format the number to display in the hexadecimal form, and that is what it is controlled and converted and I would say formatted with the help of this percentage capital X. Let me run this section. The section is already selected. That's the reason here it is showing the blue. And if I use the control enter, here I'll get the formatted text in a hexadecimal. So this number is formatted to display in the hexadecimal form. Very simple example. And the next example, what I am going to use, I'm using the same. That's I'm creating the vector here with the value of 30. And in a single line, I want to present that number. I wanted to make the use of this percentage %d and percentage %f. Okay, when I use the this use of percentage %d and percentage %f in the printf method, we get the decimal and fixed point formatting of the same number. So I will get the decimal as well as what I will get here. I will get the fixed point formatting of the same number. What is the same number? That is the 30, 30, 30. So let's run this and see. So here I will get. Okay. So here I got this 30 and then again I got this in the form of fixed point formatting as well in a single line or the single line of code. So this is how you can use the conversion character field to format your text in a MATLAB. Subtype. Subtype is a single alphabet that just comes before the conversion character. Without subtype, the conversion specifier like percentile %o, percentage %x, percentage big X, and percentage %u will consider the input data given as integers. In MATLAB, subtype refers to the text formatting option that allows you to specify the font style or typeface of a text object. Subtypes are used in conjunction with the font names to create a specific font specification. Here are the subtype specifications you can use. B. Treat input data as a double precision floating point values. And T. Treats input data as a single precision floating point values. Now let's jump to the MATLAB and see how it works. Now time for the subtype. Subtype is a single precision that just comes before the conversion character. In theoretical part, I just covered there are the subtype specifiers that can use B and T, and both I'm covering under these examples. That's the reason I created the two examples here. In the first example, what I have done, I have used n as a variable where I'm storing the value 50. And in this line, with the help of this printf and with the help of this subtype text formatting field, what I'm doing, I'm converting a double precision floating point number to an unsigned integer representation. So very important, double precision floating point number. Okay, and that's what this percentage %b and percentage percentage b you used, and the number which you want to convert, that falls under here, and this is how it's printf, and I assign that value to the formatted text, and I'm displaying here. So after running this example, we will get 0462463 something blah blah that values, but that is the double precision floating point values are is converted to a unsigned integer representation. So let's see how it looks. If I run this section, this is how the 4624638 blah 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 that value is presented here. The next is a use of T subtype. Here, in the first line, instead of directly using the value, assign the value, what I'm doing, I'm using the typecasting here, that the single, and then in the parentheses, I'm using that value. So what I'm doing here, I'm just defining the single precision floating point number here. That's the reason I use the single, and I store that value into the end and into the next level with the help of this subtype T, which treats the input data as a single precision floating point values, and tu I used, and then the variable which on which I want to work, that n is here. So in this line, in this function, or in this statement, what I'm doing, I'm using the t subtype to format the number as an unsigned integer. Okay, and then in this line I'm displaying that. So if I run this section, you can see this is how. Let me clear this section, so you will see how it is. This 15.75 is formatted. So this is how this is formatted. So this is how, in the simple way, you can use the subtype MATLAB text formatting. Last field is precision. In MATLAB, the text formatting field precision refers to the number of digits or characters used to represent a numeric value in the text string. The precision field is denoted by the prefix, that is the precision, that's the dot precision syntax. This field immediately follows a period in the formatting operator. The number used is a zero or positive integer. In MATLAB, the precision field in the text formatting specifies the number of digits to be displayed after the decimal point for floating point numbers. And now there is a time to jump in MATLAB and see how this precision field works. And this is the last section on the text formatting, that is the precision. So let's see the examples how it works. In MATLAB, the text formatting field precision refers to the number of digits or characters used to present the numeric value in the text string. And I have created very simple two examples. And first, in the first phase, I wanted to showcase how to use of this format specifier .2f, percentage .2f, and the second example is on the percentage 6.3f. In the first example, what I have done, I have created one variable value with the value of 123.456, and on this line, what I am doing basically here, I'm just rounding. I'm just with the help of this .2f specifier. Basically, what does it is this .2f specifier does actually? Here, .2 means this. .2 means this is the precision is 2, meaning the number will be displayed with 2 digits after the decimal point. If I run this section with this .2f format specifier, what will happen? It will display, the number will be displayed with the 2 digits after the decimal point, and that's the reason the precision is 2 here. Okay, and on this line, what I'm doing, this will round the number to the 2 decimal places and display the result, and that result will come at 123 point. Why 2 values? Because precision is 2. And if I run this section, it rounded that value, last value, because this is a 6, so this is turned to the 6. So here I got the result that instead of 123.45, I got the value 123.46. Reason this value is rounded up. If I turn this value lesser than the 5, let's say 3, and if I run, then I will get 45 here. So 1, 2, 3.45, so I have not rounded up the value. And this is how this format specifier point2f works actually. If I go for the another example, again this is very simple example. Here 6.3f is the precision is 3. The meaning the number will be displayed within the 3 digits after the decimal point. And this is what I have done here. I just directly use the number instead of using the variable. I can create the variable here like value or something or anything A, B, C, assign the value. I can directly use that value. So here I'm directly using the value and precision is 3. So if I run this section, the section is already selected, blue color. If I enter, control enter, then I got the result here like 3 values after the decimal point is displayed. This is the output. Why? Because the precision is 3. This is how you can use the precision, and I have covered all the MATLAB text formatting fields starting from the identifiers, then we have seen flags, field width, subtype, precision, curvature, character, everything I have covered. Now it's up to you how you can create the example, how you can create the script and present this text formatting with the help of these fields. Watching this video, I'm sure that you understood what is MATLAB text formatting, how data is converted into text and displayed using the text formatting in MATLAB, what are the different fields used in the MATLAB text formatting. If you really like this session, then please give the video a thumbs up. To watch more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. Once you hit the subscribe button, you're gonna get the notification anytime new content like that comes out. And lastly, if you have any questions or any queries on these topics you want to answer me, leave me the comments below. I read them all. That's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.